Our first speaker, her name is Shelley Covington Montana. She is 50% Native American, so don't be calling her Pocahontas. She spends 4 straight months out of the year living in a tent on top of her truck in the Pacific Northwest looking for Bigfoot. She is the Sherlock Holmes of Bigfoot researchers.
Sorry, Ariel. I don't know why it's not going into neutral. Give me a sec. Sorry. Ready? Do you need to put your bag in the back? No, I'm good. Does anybody need to charge phones or anything? I'm good. I might throw mine in the USB if it's open. Yeah. Thank you. Yep. When you see me take a picture, yeah.
To you, you're going to hear just how close these creatures can come. Whether or not you believe it, you are listening to the biggest event since the fall of 1972. 2 years to disappear so mysteriously. No one has caught one yet.
Whatever they are, I think they live up there. I think they live high. We're not going to get up there on a daily basis. We're not. Some people once in a while maybe, but I think they can keep eye on everything going on up there. Duck all in there. It used to be like a big giant clump on it. Then you've got mosses, but here's some more down here, and here, here, here. This is a whammy tree. What we know just by how the branches are broken down and the top's decapitated, that a bear uses this. It's really scent marking. When you see a bear scratching, they're actually scent marking for other bears. And this is an old one. The hair's degraded, but yeah, so we've got bear hair here. Here it's stuck in all of the sap and all the way down to here. He really went to town on this tree. So we're going to collect it and practice our wildlife DNA collection and hair analysis.
With your DNA kit?
With my DNA kit, yeah. This is overdone, but people doing this kind of work like it overdone. So they feel like they're doing it correctly. So you want to also give a sample of your hair and your, I'm going to just tie this on, but can you hear me? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm going to take this gauze, open it, because we're collecting hair right here. All these tweezers are acting crazy. This guy right here, look at that. It's great. So then we close it. And then we'll secure this. And then if you wanted to collect some eDNA, basically what I would do is just start right here. Just collect what's around here off the top. Secure these.
She just puts a lot of effort into everything she does. She's one of the best field researchers that I know, that gets out and really does the job. A lot of the field researchers, they've got their limited amount of time, and they get out, and if they don't see much, then they give up for another weekend. And Shelley's out here come hell or high water, and working and doing it. So, to my knowledge, she's the best field researcher that I know.
I've been married for 33 years to my wonderful husband, Donald Covington, and my sponsor and my life, my heart. I'm getting so over. Anyway, when all this started, I just want to give you a little bit of background of who I am and what I'm about and why I'm here today. When all this started, Don tells me this story where something starts circling his camp. He says, and when it started circling my camp the second time, I knew I was invited to leave. One day, I said, are you talking about Bigfoot? And he goes, I just didn't want you to think I was crazy. So when I realized what Don was telling me for all those years and how important that event was to him, I was on a journey. As time went on, I started to notice online, and this was when I started kind of creeping into the YouTube Bigfoot community stuff. Looking in these things or having conversations with people, they're gifting, whatever. They're doing, they're basically almost like human-like. And I started to get a little concerned, what am I gonna do? Because I know about wildlife, I know a little bit, but I felt like I'm gonna do this. And I want my family to be proud, and I want my dad to be proud, and I want the scientific community to know. I want them to know, because this is important.
We need to know everything about this area to the best of our abilities. We'll never know it all, but research is not just looking for Sasquatch tracks or DNA. It's knowing the area. It's knowing all that's, the flora, the fauna, the trees, edibles, whatever we can find, whatever other animals are eating.
How often do you go to a place and not find something?
All the time. This isn't easy at all. And if people make it out to be, I disagree. It is not easy. If it was, we would have proven these things long ago. They're too unique, too elusive, too special for it to be easy. Perfect. I wash my hands, just so you know.
Me too.
So my fingernails won't tell you that. Rebecca is very detailed-minded, very knowledgeable about flora and fauna and wildlife behavior. And she's my friend. If we research together, then we're good together.
Cheers, my friend. Well, casting is important in this type of research because
we're dealing with an unknown entity, basically, a legend, a myth that we believe is a flesh and blood true species. And there are scientists out there that could look at the morphology of the foot and actually read what the bone structure is like, the muscles, the tendons, how the foot moves, which would lead probably some people into maybe possibly thinking that this is real and giving it more interest and maybe helping us out. You know, as citizen scientists are just really just trying to gather something we can, you know, put our hands on and give the research value. But it also tells us if, you know, it's a real entity or it's other known wildlife. So it's another tool for this type of research that I believe is really, really important.
And so that's why you practice.
That's why I practice. Absolutely. When dusk started, we started getting these massive, powerful, almost home run type knocks. We're sitting here, it's a full moon, it's a blue moon. We had no headlamps, there was a burn ban, and we could see very well. And a knock came from that tree because the birds flew out of the top of the tree, and this is now around 1 o'clock in the morning, I believe. And these things were moving in, but very, very slow. He started all the way up there and moved from dusk till about midnight. He was back in there. And this was about 1 a.m. if I remember correctly from my notes. But there was one in the meadow down here that was stationary that wouldn't move and would do these, what I call passive knocks. And I actually have it on recording from the time it got through the woods down here. And they're pretty impressive, even though they're, oops. That's from over there. Over here, very passive. That's when the birds flew out of the tree from over there behind the stump. And again. From over here. From behind my tent. And then from over here. And then it walked out. So, this is my drawing. There's Kirk's tent. My tent's right in here. Excuse that coffee stain. But I didn't see 3 entities. I saw one passing through the trees 3 times. So this is the foot impression we found in the dirt. This is his cell phone. I know it's hard to see because it was in this is like a silica, super, super fine dirt around here. But the heel is here. That wide, there's the toes. And this is his iPhone. So, unfortunately, he couldn't remember where he found it. I wish, that's typical. It happens. But that we've got scale with this iPhone. So, I don't know, probably 15 inches, 16 inches. See that rock outcropping there? We consider that the castle. And the ridge over here, I believe I know that those sounds were coming from up in here.
A story is great, but all a story does for me is lead me down the road of emotional attachment. Because you're so focused on what happened to you, your mind is not open to what you actually need to be looking at.
What's that? Hey, hey.
Oh, I thought I heard a further one away. If I wasn't so stoked right now, I'd try the bellow part. I'm not. I'm like, oh.
Okay. Today is Wednesday, September the 11th. We're setting up audio. We have elk outside the northeast side of Rock Camp. It's 7:53. The temp is, well, I can't see the temp. We're at 3498 elevation, and we're getting bugles from elk that are answering Rebecca's elk whistles. So we're going to set up our recorders right now. Cool. So cool that the elk are bugling. So cool. No wonder the Bigfoots come down in October. There's probably elk close to that lake too, for whatever reason. I don't know, but I'm so happy that they're here. That's really cool. That's really great. But there's the elk track right in here, and that's where, wow, they're eating it here. But there's track. Here, those are old. These are newer.
I realized, the Bigfoot community is 90% of us are just average Joes, right? We've had an encounter, or we know somebody that's had an encounter, but we're full into it. We love it, and we're always out there looking, right? And I thought, these are the people that are going to truly discover what's out there.
You can do it.
I think you're gonna eat him.
I don't know why I'm getting so emotional about it. It's just thousands of dollars and hours away from my family for months. I want to do the best I can to show the value in good citizen science and people like me who aren't educated and people who are constantly out here working. And I just want to be a good representative of the culture, you know, the people like us who don't have money, who don't have the background, who don't have backing. They're just trying to do the right thing. And because when it is discovered, and it is going to be discovered, it needs to be protected. It's just important. I don't know why, it just is. I'm by myself, I'm with others, I try everything, and I just want to do the right thing and do it the right way. Because it's out there, and it's, my husband had told me about what happened to him, and I just want to prove to myself that I'm not crazy, I guess. Not that I don't think I'm crazy, but I think this is the most important discovery of our time, and it deserves respect, and it deserves the best that we can do. And so I have friends that I work with that I know are mentally disciplined and working as hard as I am, and I just think it's what I gotta do. Cowboy latte, whatever that is.